Hello there, it's Sean, and in this video, I'm going to share with you the concept of what I call the sweeper. And this sweeper, it is a role, it is a combination of skills, it is a solution that a lot of businesses need and no business owners will say no to. Okay, essentially what a sweeper does is we sweep up all the leads, we put them back on the calendar, okay, and then we close them. And if you're able to negotiate a deal and arrangement that allows you to do this at your own time, because there's simply too many leads, even in my own businesses, there are too many leads that need to be attended to. And really, we as business owners, we don't care what time you work, what is your accent, what is your time zone, as long as when, we log in online and we see that the leads are being put back on the calendar and sales are coming in, the right clients are being enrolled, everything flows. The rest of it really doesn't matter as much. A lot of them are just filters that business owners put in place to reject closers that either don't get it, aren't qualified. So they will say things like, hey, if you're looking for a position with us, you cannot have your own business. You must be of a certain time zone, you must be in a certain country. And really they say that because they just want to filter out closers and setters that may not be the right fit. But you got to understand this, that once they see that, first of all, you get it and you have the skill sets required to solve their problems, do you really think they care what country, what time zone, what accent you have? Right? If the result that you bring in, supersedes all these not so important pre-existing conditions, do you think they really care? Like if you were a business owner, and I know some of you watching my training videos are, if someone could get the job done, do you really care about all these conditions that they can appear intimidating, demoralizing at first, but this skill set will allow you to overcome them. But you got to understand what I'm sharing here today. You got to piece it all together, and then you got to present it yourself based on your understanding in your own way, and then you use it to close business owners on what you can do for them. So that is the gist of what the sweeper rule means, and I'm going to share with you specific examples throughout this video. And I know for a lot of you watching my training videos, some of you are setters, some of you are closers, some of you are business owners doing your own sales. You might have experienced this problem, and let me know if you relate to this, which is, it is a pattern that I've seen over the last 7 years in this space, a pattern that repeats itself every season, every year. And that is the problem of closers coming in to our space and they invested months and thousands into closer programs. And at the end of the program, they're then being told by their coach to start as a setter. And you got to understand, after today's training, you'll see that those are two completely different skill sets. The setter needs to follow up mostly via text, via quick calls. They're sending out lead magnets, resources. They're putting people back on the calendar. And not so much to close and enroll people, guide them through the process, and listen and persuade and influence. It's a completely different skill set. And if you have invested all that time and money and training, and in the end your coach, for whatever reason, okay, the thing you signed up for, it wasn't fulfilled, it really is an easy out to say, okay, you know what, you just go start as a setter to warm up, to gain confidence, to get yourself ready. Okay, readiness is not a feeling. You cannot warm up your way to being ready. Readiness is a decision. It is preparation. It is skill. It is training. It is understanding. You cannot prepare for one spot by doing a completely different, I'm trying to say. So after today's training, you'll see that there are two different things. Okay, and then you have setters doing setter program. And in the end, it didn't work out for them. So they go start their own business. Right? So it's like I sign up for a closer program, you tell me to be a setter. And then I sign up for a setter program, and then I got to do VA work, I got to do cold calling. I might as well start my own business, right? So these two skill sets, okay, if you want to start your own business down the road, you definitely can. Okay, and these two skill sets, appointment setting, closing via text, using text to using text to build your own pipeline, because your farm, to nurture your and then to close using closing psychology, two skills will take away, whether you want to do it for someone else's business, whether you want to do it for yours. Both skills will bring you a long way. And the sweeper role essentially is a complete combination. It's what I teach in the complete closer. It is a complete closer. It is a complete solution for us closers, for business owners, because if you can set and you can close, okay, this means that you can always go out there using all the touch points that I will share in this training to always seed and build your own farm, and bring in your own prospects. If you have no offer, you set and close for yourself right now, which most of you watching my training should be doing. You don't wait for placements, you don't buy placements, you don't go and camp in the Facebook groups and comment on all the posts. You are a setter, you are a closer. Okay, use these skill sets to set and close for yourself to land an offer. If you're already on an offer, outside of the calls you take, outside of the messages you send, you can also use the same skill set, okay, to get more for yourself. As long as you fulfill your current responsibilities, your tasks, your KPIs, no business owner will complain and say that, oh, you are bringing in too many calls for our business. You are closing too much sales for our business. No business owners will complain that you are sweeping more leads and more calls and more sales for them. Okay, if you're a business owner, you're definitely doing this. I know you know that you definitely need to be doing this for yourself, and you probably wish you could hire someone like that. You need them to set, they can set. You need them to pivot and take a call. Even if it's just a short call, a qualifying call, a triage call, they can talk on the phone. They can talk on Zoom. You need them to close, they also can go. When your closers are not closing, they can go out there and text and seed and build their own farms. So if you resonate with this, let me know by typing a yes in the comments so that I know that we are all on the right path and this message resonates. And then there's one more thing. After this training, okay, you'll see that what I'm sharing comes from real work being done. It's from real experience. Okay, I'm not generating some inspiring theory on the go. I've done a lot of these programs where they inspire me a lot. They show me what's possible. Okay, and then they tell me, you can do it. I can do it, right? We are here for you. We're going to change the industry. We're going to revolutionize this, and then blah, blah, blah. And then, okay, so once the whole thing ends, I'm like, exactly what I'm going to do now, right? I don't know what to do. Okay, so, and then there are some other problems like motivation, and then I got to keep doing Zoom calls with this person. I do Zoom call with that person. Why? Because I'm trying to network. I'm trying to, absorb golden nuggets, right? And I've done 3 of these calls for the day, and I feel productive. I feel like I got to know some new people, experienced people, and I feel like I have some momentum. And again, it's time for me to get to work. And you know what? I've already done 3 calls, right? So I think I'll stop for today. I'm already tired. So you got to be careful of these traps. I mean, a little bit of it is fine, but if you're be really honest with yourself, because sales is a sport. You're an athlete. You have to sleep on time, wake up, get into the right state, pace yourself, and then you start setting, and then you start closing. Like, you have KPIs to hit. You have income goals to hit. How is it possible? The ones that are on top of their KPIs, the ones that are hitting their goals, they don't have time to do all this theory training. They don't have time to keep hopping on these Zoom calls. Okay, they are doing the real things that count, the needle movers, the income producing activity. Okay, and then the other problem is productivity, which is keep posting content. Okay, you are going to be selling yourself as a sales professional. You are not selling yourself as a content creator. So you got to look at the balance in the work that you're doing. If there's too much theory, no implementation. If it's too much motivation, no implementation. If it's too much productivity, too much content, and no implementation, you have to take a good, honest look at what your schedule is really looking like and say, okay, stop. A little bit of this is great. It maybe gives me the right energy, but when it's time to implement, okay, I need to do the real work. Okay, and if your only concern is, Sean, I know what you mean, and that's what I want to do, but the only reason I'm hopping on all these Zoom calls, the only reason I'm posting all this content is because other than that, No one really told me, despite all their money and time I've invested, no one really demonstrated like what exactly to do. And maybe it's because they didn't really do this as a career, right? So you got to understand that a setter that can only set, a closer that can only close, is going to be eventually be stuck. If you're a closer that can only close and all you can do is you wait for calls, and so many closers tell me that oh, I landed an offer, that's great. I've made some sales, that's great. And then the pipeline went dry and they paused their funnel and the business owner went on vacation, and they are adjusting their funnel, adjusting their offer, and they told me to wait, and so I waited. And I know so many closers that spend weeks and months just really just waiting because someone told them there's no calls to take. Okay, that is an absolute lie. You mean to tell me if, let's say, a prospect, okay, they go to that company and they saw their content, they saw their marketing, and they book a call and they said, I want to buy now. I want to work with you now. You mean to tell me that the business owner will say, no, we are not taking calls now, we are not taking sales now? Do you mean to tell me that they really paused the funnel? You mean to tell me that they really don't want sales? So a closer that can only wait, you forever be at the mercy of external conditions. And I know what some people teach is they say, okay, then, to solve this problem, you have to have a pipeline of offers. You have to keep interviewing for offers, which means that you start hopping around offers. If this offer have no lead, I go to that offer. If that offer has no calls for me, I go to this offer. So do you mean to tell me that by hopping around offers, you can permanently solve the problems of low quality lead flow? Okay, I've experienced this scenario before, and I had 3 offers in my pipeline. Everything I say is from experience. I was actively on 3 offers, and I knew that the only reason that I tell people I'm on 3 offers, the only reason I even needed to be on 3 offers was because none of them were really active. Okay, but I know the business owners were closing sales themselves. They just weren't really involving me. And while on my end, I thought they was being dormant, actually I was the dormant one. Because as a closer, as a sales professional, I shouldn't have been waiting, even if they told me to wait. If they have a great offer that is actively being sold, why can't I go out there and make sales? Why can't I go out there and prospect my own customers? Why can't I go out there and talk to strangers? Talk to 5, 10 a day. Why can't I do that? It's ridiculous that I can't do that, right? So if you're a closer, you actually need some of the appointment setting skills. You need to know how to text well. You need to know how to initiate conversations with text. You need to know how to make an initial first contact call. On the other hand, if you are an appointment setter and you cannot close, you'll always be pigeonholed into working on the keyboard under someone else's name, right? Eventually, closing allows you to hit more of the higher percentages, to hit more bonuses, to have more flexibility, to close higher ticket deals, to move beyond sending messages by the minute, by the hour, okay, to actually closing higher ticket deals. So if you don't want to be forever pigeonholed in an appointment setting position, okay, having the closing skills not only improves your psychology when you are setting appointments, okay, but it does gives you the option, okay, to learn how to close sales, understand the high ticket closing psychology, and then down the road when you want to do both, or when you launch your own thing, when you start your own business, having these 2 skills, it will complete you as a closer. That's what I mean by a complete closer, okay, or a convo closer. You need both the appointment setting skills, okay, and the closing skills. Okay, why do you need both? Because in every business there's always a flow of leads. Okay, every business always have a flow of leads. Either it's already being tracked in their existing CRM, like a lot of companies use close.io, and if you're in their internal team or Salesforce or HubSpot, every business have their own CRM. If you're inside the internal sales team, you can see the leads coming in every day, okay, and then you have setters and closers just moving them through the buyer's journey, okay, and then enrolling them as clients. That's the company's internal CRM. These are the best leads that go through the company's paid marketing, organic marketing, they get nurtured, they get first priority, they book in first, they get engaged first. Like these are really the best of the best leads, right? And lower than that, you have the organic social media. These are not really people that have opted in yet, but they are actively commenting on your posts, and people do that for a reason. They are actively sending you messages through your social media channels, and they do that for a reason. They are actively maybe interacting with your stories, voting on polls, liking your stories, watching what the business owners do every day. I'm sure you look at people's stories all the time, okay? And we do that for a reason. We are engaging. Okay, these are also potential customers. Okay, and then lower than that, further than that, you have external communities. These are the external Facebook groups, okay, on other people's audience, other people's communities, other people's congregation points, right? As long as they are our ideal clients, okay, we need to also bring them over to our pipeline and see if we can potentially serve them as well. So these are all the flow of leads. Every business has them, and it's overwhelming. Okay? No business owner has the time to tend to all of them. I know a lot of teams, even when they have setters and closers, it's still not enough, okay, to handle these flow of leads, to seed them, to nurture them, to put them on a calendar. You cannot just say that, oh, I am a closer, so you know what? I just wait here at this section here, and I just wait. I wait for the calls to come. Because why? I'm a closer and I wait. Okay, I don't know who is teaching this, but if you are a closer, a sales professional, what is stopping you from getting here to make an impact? What is stopping you from getting here to nurture the leads? What is stopping you from here to pull leads over to seed them? What is stopping us from doing this? I don't understand. Okay, why do I have to take a closer program and then go start as a setter? Why do I have to take a setter program and then start as a VA? Right? Because these are skills that if I sign up for, I should be taught. If I sign up for, there should be proper demonstration. Okay, there should be proper steps. There should be things that if I model after, you can do it, I can do it, anyone from any country, any accent, any situation, we should all be able to do it. But if you can only inspire me, and then I'm like, coach, can you, show me some examples, demonstrate, and then, you talk to this person, you talk to that person. Okay, then why did I sign up for all those things, right? So to give you some specific examples, okay, the leads that are in a company's internal CRM, okay, these are really the hottest and the best leads because they have the strongest buying intent. They submit forms, they book calls. They are like already affirming to you that I'm a potential buyer, right? So in a lot of companies' CRMs, you'll see the best ones, okay, incoming applications, okay. These are people that have already declared, fill out the form, put in all the details, and they want to buy now. Okay, then there are those, the best of the best ones probably just go to the existing closers in the team. Okay, if you're new, if you're not yet on an offer, you haven't joined the team, okay, you're probably not going to get the best of the best. Okay, but then there are also people that submitted the forms, right? But for some reason, they didn't schedule a time. Okay, you know what I'm trying to say? Like they have submitted a form to these businesses saying that, look, I have seen your offer and I want to potentially become a client. So they submit a form, right? But sometimes there's an additional step, okay, which is I submit a form, I still need to book a time, right? And sometimes there are fall-offs because people submit a form and then for some whatever reason they did not schedule a time, so there's a fall off, right? So the closers in the company don't get to speak to these leads because they submit the form and then they fell off, right? And then you have those that submit the form, they book a sales call, and then time of the call they didn't show up. Okay, and a lot of these leads are good quality leads. They are normal people, they have a life, and sometimes really life just gets in the way. And if there's no sweeper in the company, there might be a setter, there might be a closer, right? And the setter every day is engaging the fresh leads. The closer every day is taking the fresh calls. But outside of these setters and closers, if there's no sweeper in the company taking care of all these fall-offs, a lot of times it's actually the business owner himself or herself. They are so burnt out, they are so drained, and they still take the time to do the sweeping because they know that the setter is, the hands are full, the closers, the hands are full, and they don't want to break the two of them by telling the setter to go and sweep and telling the closer to go and sweep. Which is why if you come in, okay, and of course, please don't introduce yourself and say, hey, I'm the sweeper. Okay, there are many. You can call yourself a convo closer. You can call yourself a complete closer. You can call yourself a hybrid closer. Okay, it really doesn't matter what you want to call it, but you got to use what I teach in this training, what I share in this training, okay, to make a pitch, okay, to explain why you're different from the one-dimensional setter and the one-dimensional closer, that you can do both. And wherever you put me here, you put me here, you put me here, I can set. You put me here, I can sweep. You put me here, I can close. Where do you think I can best serve your company? Okay, you frame it like that. You don't go up to them and say, can I set for you? Can I close for you? Okay, everyone is doing that, so do not do that. Give a different value proposition. Okay, and then there are also those that show up for the calls. They submit the form, they book a time, they show up for the call, and for whatever reason, the closer was unable to close. So all these fall-offs, they get stuck in the CRM, and for companies that spend thousands, like 5 figures per week just to run ads, I can tell you the CRM is just growing, like snowballing, bigger and bigger and bigger by the day. One day that someone doesn't come in and sweep up all these leads, their CRM just grow bigger and bigger and bigger with all these unattended leads. Okay, you mean to tell me there's no space for a sweeper role? I can tell you these companies are just begging for a sweeper that they can trust. Okay, and here, the social media, okay, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, wherever the business owner is active on, wherever the business is active on, any platform that allows content, any platform that allows messaging, okay, or like a Facebook group, a WhatsApp group, a Telegram group, there are already leads inside. They are commenting, they are voting, they are engaging. Okay, what if there's no one inside talking to these hundreds and thousands of people? Some groups have thousands of people. Some Instagram have thousands of followers. Some comments, some posts have hundreds of comments. Okay, the setter, his hands are full. A closer, his hands are full. And again, who's gonna be here? A lot of times it's the business owner himself or herself doing the sweeping. Same case. Okay, one level below than that, okay, external communities. These are people that are already buying, except that they are buying from the competitors. These are people that are already congregating in someone else's Facebook groups, someone else's TikTok channel, someone else's Telegram, WhatsApp email list. Okay, they are already behaving like active buyers, but because no one went over to seed them, to send them resources, okay, to say, hey, have you seen this piece of resource? Have you seen this thing that could potentially help you? No one's going there to hook them over. A lot of times it's the business owner himself or herself doing the work. They are here sweeping, they're here sweeping, they're here sweeping, and they're thinking to myself, man, outside of the setter and closer that I already have, if I can just have someone like me that can replace me, a lot of times what they're really thinking is, I just hope to clone myself. I know because that's how I think. And I know because I close and set for business owners and they think the same way. They're just thinking, if only I can clone myself, I will go here and sweep and sweep and sweep and bring in so much more revenue for my own business. But I don't know who I can trust. Okay? So when you connect with business owners, and I have shared this in my previous training, check out path, check entry, right? Check ACE. These are the names of my previous training. You can just check out my YouTube channel. In these trainings, I share a lot on how to engage business owners. Okay, the first impression, the first message you send, the first video you send, the first email you send, you cannot be the same as everyone else. They're all just saying, me, me, me. They're talking about themselves. Can I set for you? I would love to set for you. Can I close for you? I would love to close for you. These kind of messages immediately get blocked, filtered, thrown away. Okay, you have to demonstrate your interest. You cannot say, I want to close for you, right? I want to go to your CRM and I want you to give me all the leads that you've spent hundreds and thousands of dollars. Give them to me right now because I've done a certification course. Okay, who's going to respond to that? Okay, you got to demonstrate your interest to say, okay, first of all, here's how I can add value to your company. This is what I understand. This is what I think you most probably might be going through. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, if you're needing someone that can be in this sweeper position, engage leads here, engage leads here, engage leads here, okay, just by demonstrating your understanding of how this model works, okay, you already won at least half the battle. Because the business owner can immediately see, oh, this person gets it, right? And then the second thing you say is, look, I'm not wanting your best leads. I know you have a closer, right? I know you have setters. I'm not asking to replace them. Okay, all I'm saying is if you need maybe here, okay, there are some leads that they are like gone. There are gone case leads. You don't want them anymore, right? Since you don't want them anymore, okay, here's how I can represent your company with integrity and trust. I know we need to represent your brand well, and here's what I understand about your company. Okay, so rest assured, if I'm given this opportunity, I will represent your company well as a trusted advisor. I will not hard sell. I will not make your prospects feel that they're being badgered. I'll let them know that I'm here to support them. There's no hard selling. Okay, and the leads that are gone case, I would, maybe like just one or two opportunity, a gone case lead. Let me talk to them. Okay, and let me show you what I can do. Just get your foot in the door first. Because to the business owner, it's like, okay, you're saying all these things and you're not asking for anything. And you just need maybe a lead to show what you can do. Well, here's a lead that is a gone case lead. You can try and follow up with them. Let's see what you've got. And that's your chance. Okay, if you just ask outright for everything, no one's going to reply you. Okay? So just by demonstrating your understanding of this entire model, okay, of this position, of the skills required, you have already won half the battle. Because as long as in the business owner's mind, they are like, oh, first of all, you are humble, you are respectful, you represent my brand well, right? You are coachable, and you get it. Okay, what is it going to cost me? At this point, they'll be at like 50%. They'll be thinking to themselves, what's it going to cost me is, would I rather burn out trying to sweep all these things myself? Would I rather lose all this revenue from not sweeping them? Or since this person already applied, why don't I let him try? That's where their state of mind will be at. But if you keep pitching, they're just going to block you, right? So my question to you is, if you know this model, the way I've shared it, how do you sell this idea that you get it? How do you show the business owner? How do you pre-sell the business owner and convince them that, look, I understand what's happening. Okay, you have to put this on your one-pager. Okay, don't copy my one-pager. Okay, you can get inspired by it. You can use parts of it, but don't copy it. Okay, it's at seansena.com/demo. That's seansena.com/demo. You can have a look, but do not copy my stuff. Okay. Put your understanding here. You don't want to look like a super polished sales coach, because they're not going to hire a sales coach. You want to have the more vibe of a look. I'm not an entrepreneur, okay? I'm not a business owner. I'm a setter, I'm a closer. I'm a hybrid, I'm a complete closer, and here's what I can do. Here's how I generally do it. I can easily adapt to how your company does it, and I can set, I can close, I can sweep. Okay, I definitely understand how this is done. Okay, you share this in your one-pager. You share this in your introduction email. You share this in your introduction message. You share this in your introduction video. You share this in your social media posts. You clean up, you optimize your social media, and you're always talking about bits and pieces of what a sweeper or a hybrid does. Okay, you are nurturing, you are seeding, you are nurturing, you are converting the business owners in the same way a closer would close anyone. It is all closing. Okay, for more details on how the one-pager is done, you can check out Ace and Entry. That's my most recent training, okay, that I put on my YouTube channel. Okay, so I'm not going to go through them here because I've already spent a lot of time on that. Okay, so again, I hope you can see that from this model, okay, especially some of the examples. Let's go through three. Okay, so touch points can be when someone joins a community. It can, like, for example, this person joined my Facebook group. Okay, this person commented on my post. Okay, this person sent in an application form. So wherever they're coming in from, as long as they touch you, as long as they touch the business, okay, it is a touch point. Whether they comment, they engage on a poll, okay, whatever the variation is, as long as they're engaging, messaging, commenting, doing anything, joining a group, subscribing to an email, opting in, dropping a comment, as long as they're doing something, anything, as a closer, what's stopping us from saying hi? They obviously did it for a reason, right? They engaged, they comment for a reason. There's something that resonated. Isn't it our job to find out what's happening? Like, what's the truth in there? Like, is there a sale that can be made? Is there someone that we can help with something that we can sell? Okay, if it's not a fit, then fine, it's not a fit. Maybe they're just a fan, right? But very seldom it's like that. I'm sure when you engage and you comment, it's because there's a message that resonates, right? And what if there's a solution there? So all this time is no one told me to do it. You know, I could have not spoke to Kara. I could have not spoke to Javier. I could have not spoke to John. But without the business owner telling me, I took my own initiative because I know that is a lead. That is a lead, that is a prospect, there's a customer that just engaged. And if they are really not looking to buy, I'm not going to hard sell, right? But I sense that there's something in there, and it is my duty to just say hi and to find out if there's something I can do, right? So hey, touch point, you join my group, welcome to my group, right? And I ask a question, just get to know her better. Okay, where are you at in your journey? Okay, and she said, oh, I've seen your content, I'd love to learn more. Okay, so I go through the process, which is, what is your goal? What are you trying to do? This is selling for my own program, so I just talk to her. Okay, so very quickly, I just say, shall we have a call, right? And I'm just speaking as myself, and my intention here is, obviously everyone knows that I have something to sell, right? When you message a business owner, when you message a coach, when you opt into a form, you know that these people have an offer. And this lady, obviously, she knows, right? She's seen my emails, she's seen my content. And I'm also not trying to hide the fact that I'm a coach and I have something to sell, right? And I go through the process. What is your goal? What is your background? What is one thing that you need help with? What's one thing I can help you with? Okay, would a call help me help you better? If no, it's fine. Sometimes they'll say, oh, no, I don't want to get on the call. Okay, that's fine. Okay, yes, I'm totally on board, right? Was I nervous when I was doing this? Yes. Was I unsure that, is she going to say, hey, you have something to sell me, Yes. But if I didn't ask, how would I know to say, yes, I'm totally on board? If I didn't go through the process, how would I have got this yes? I wouldn't know. That's why as a job in sales, we have to ask, right? So we have the rapport, and then she's doing the work. She filled out the form, she sent me details. What are all of this? These are strong buyer signals. And eventually she became a client, I had a great time coaching this lady. And if I didn't go through this process, how would I know that she would say yes? Same with Javier, okay? This guy, he commented on a post, so I checked in and say, hey, I saw your comment, how have you been, right? And then I sent the resource that he was commenting for. So again, I talked to him, I said, okay, here's what I have for you, I was just being direct, this is the program that I sell, and we chat a little bit, and you can see, am I using a script? Am I trying to be a setter, right? Am I being mechanical with him? No, I'm just being myself, I'm just sharing what I understand. Okay? And my intention is, if there's something I can help him with, whether he becomes a client, it doesn't really matter, right? Because you cannot have this this attachment. This attachment becomes a tension. It's like, I need to use the right script. If not, I will not get a sale, right? Can you imagine if you keep thinking like that? I need to have the right script. If not, I won't get a sale. This tension, you think they don't feel it? Now, the funny thing about texting is that even though it's text, they can still feel it. Okay, so your intention cannot be, if I don't follow the script, I will not get a sale. Your intention should be curiosity. Your intention should be, if there's something I can do to help with my real expertise. Okay, you got to trust your expertise. Even if it's not your expertise, you got to trust that the offer you sell for can help this person, or you are curious. Your intention is to find out if what I have to sell can indeed help this person. If cannot, then it's fine. If the truth is really cannot, okay, it's fine. But if it can, okay, it is my duty to ask. How do you not know that he needs what you have? how do you not know that she needs what you have, right? So if I don't ask, okay, at the end, okay, after a little bit more nurturing, he bought my program. Okay, again, he became another great client. Okay, so if I didn't take the initiative, he commented on my post. I could choose not to send this. I already have my own calls to take, right? I didn't need to sweep. I already have so many people in my Facebook group. I did not need to do this. This is all the little things that I have to do, and that's how the business owners think. Like, we just wish that someone would do the sweeping for this every day. That's why I say I know in the end it's the business owners ourselves that go and do the sweeping. Right? And all this was done for my own initiative. Right? No one told me to do it, and I did not need to do it. And I didn't even know a sale would have been here. I did not know I would get 2 amazing clients from here. Right? So on your own initiative, with no one telling you to do it, you got to understand that there are leads in here. There's work to be done. There's sales to be made. Okay? This third example, I was selling for another coach. This one is not for my own offer. So I saw the application form come in. No one attended to this guy. So what did I do? I said, okay, since no one is attending, let me reach out. Right? No one told me to do it. Right? I ask questions. Again, does it look like I'm following a script? No, it's all based on my understanding. I just talk normally. If I don't understand something, it's my duty to learn, it's my duty to ask, it's my duty to understand. Right? I cannot just follow the script. Because I know once I understand, I can adapt. Once I understand, I can communicate intentionally. And I pitch the call, book a time, okay, confirm. So, these things can be now shown on my one-pager. The next business owner that I talk to, when I say that I can sweep, I can say, look, here's proof of my work. And this is a real prospect. Here's proof of my work, right? It's a real prospect. And I even got a sale, right? Here's proof of my work, and it's a real prospect. I already moved past the role play phase. I moved past the theory phase, and I put in concrete proof here that, look, if you need a sweeper, here's proof that I can do this for you. Okay? And then there are times where I don't text. Sometimes you might have access to their phone number, either because when they submitted the form, they put in their phone number, okay, or your CRM already has their contact details. There's this training on my YouTube, how to book more sales calls. Okay, it's about 8-9 minutes. And in this video, you'll see me actually demonstrating me calling the prospects cold. Well, not entirely cold, because they've sent a form and then they forgot. So I have to call and say something like, you can do text or you can do call, okay? Something like, hey Sean, let's say my company is called Complete CEO, right? I say, hey, it's Sean from Complete CEO. I noticed you filled up a form recently, okay? But we haven't had a chance to connect, right? Was there an issue with the time slot available, or did life get in the way? You can either say this on a call, you can say this on a voice message, you can type this in your own way via text, okay? Because a lot of times it's really life just got in the way, or there's no time slots. And sometimes you just don't know what happened. They just tell you, oh, I was going to book. It's just that this happened. I was going to book, but there was no time. Or I submitted the form, but they said, blah, blah, blah. And just like that, you can just bring back one quality call book. A lot of these people are high quality prospects. If you know how much time it takes to submit an application form, you know how much thought goes into some of these forms are long. So if there are all these high quality leads just sitting in here, no one's attending to them, okay, let the business owners know that I can be your sweeper. Okay, so I hope now you understand what I mean by theory is good, motivation is good, productivity is good, okay, but just up to a certain point is enough. The rest of it, there's real work to be done. So work your way up, okay, and every little win you get. There was a time where I didn't have this win. There was a time where I didn't have this win. There was a time where I didn't have this win, right? And there was a time where my one pager was just a Google document. And then over time, I really joined teams and I worked my way up. And when I had a better win, I took this down, I put my better win up. When I have more wins, I take this down, I take the old one down, and then I put in my new wins, right? Because I don't want it to look very overwhelming. Okay, I want to look like I'm, I don't want to overwhelm or pressure the business owner. Okay, but I keep it updated. I put out my best work, and you should also do the same. Okay, study my other trainings on the one pager and do up your one pager. Bare minimum, it should have a complete sales call. Okay, it should have your sweeper calls like this. Okay, it should have your screenshots of you texting back and forth, getting calls booked, generating interest, nurturing leads, sending resources, following up, booking calls, and making sales. Okay, I know your first wave of things might not be that good. Okay, but start with something. Once you start with something, momentum, real momentum will build. Okay, not the golden nuggets, not all of those, like real momentum, real results will start to build. You'll find that you actually have no time to keep hopping on those Zoom calls anymore, because you will be doing real work. Okay. Then, once all your assets are done, okay, if you need help doing all this with me, okay, there's a link to book a call with me in the description. Okay, find that link, reach out, send me a message. Okay, I can help you set something up so that you don't waste any more time, okay, doing the stuff of old. If it's not working, if it hasn't been working for the last few months, it's time to pivot. You cannot keep doing the same thing month after month. Okay, we'll do up your one pager together. Okay, we'll upload your sales call, we'll upload your screenshots, okay, we'll upload your sweeper calls, we will get your version of your one pager done, so that anytime a business owner says, you said you can do this sweeping, like what is it? You said you can do setting and closing, like what do you mean? You have something ready made to show. And you don't have to wait. They will all want to see, how you talk. They want to see how you handle objections. They want to see how you handle calls, how you handle text. So just prepare all of this in advance. You don't wait for them to test you and then you're like, oh, I don't have it. Just prepare first. They will definitely come in handy. Okay, a lot of my students is because the business owners saw this and then they realized that, okay, this guy gets it. Okay, then my students also got hired, okay, because they have the advantage through their unique closer brand. Okay, so once all of these are set up, now you can write into business owners, okay, and don't send a generic script, don't send a generic template, okay, research the company, say, look, I've been following your work for a while, okay, I know that you do 1, 2, 3, I know you do A, B, C, I know you have helped so and so and so, right? This way they know that, okay, you really know what I'm doing. Okay, really do your precise research. And then you say, I know you don't know me, but I'm a sales professional. Okay, I can set, I can close. You may or may not need an extra hand in your business right now, but I'd just like to share this with you. Okay, this is my best work. Okay, I can set, I can close, and if you ever need, someone to come in and sweep in all these leads, and they definitely need it. Okay, they definitely have a lot of leads that they need sweeping. Okay, we can have a second conversation, we can have a quick chat, or if you need anything, I can send it over. Okay, my goal in doing this, just to be transparent, okay, I would love to be part of your team, but I don't expect to get all the best leads right away. If there are some leads that is already a gone case lead, it is a dead lead, and you want to see what I can potentially do for your business, right? I can follow up with them, right? I'm not going to hard sell them, I'm not going to prospect them. I'm just going to let them know that, hey, I'm representing this company to check in, to offer you a free support call. Would you like to have it? Hey, say something like that. That way they know that, oh, you get it. You know how to follow up the right way. You know how to reinitiate conversations. You are a true sweeper. Okay, and then you just offer to sweep your way up. Every time you sweep successfully, the business owner builds more and more trust with you. The more trust they have with you, the better and better lead quality they will funnel your way, because they would much rather you handle their best leads. The more you perform, the more they will give you. Okay, the less you perform, the more skeptical they will be. Okay, so you have to do this progressively. The whole time you're just closing them, building trust, delivering results. Okay, all the golden nuggets, all the Zoom calls, it's not going to convince them that you can do it. Okay, you have to progressively build your way up in their sales team. Okay, if you want to find out my unique method, the Convo Closer method, you can head over to sean.com/convo. Okay, that's CONVO. Okay, this is a paid program of mine. For $100, you get access to a 2-hour paid workshop, okay, where I put in all the specific scripts and the specific techniques and the specific touch points, okay, to do more of what I've already shared in today's training, to reach out to specific touch points in different ways, okay, to pull them back into the pipeline, to reinitiate conversations, to rebuild the rapport, to nurture them, to send the right resources, to sell them the value of a call. You can see that earlier on when I was talking about business owners, I talk about how you can sell them this next meeting with you. That's the same thing. It's selling the value of the next step in the sales process. That's the sales psychology that Convo Closer will share with you. Okay, it is $100 at seansena.com/convo. You can have a look at it. If you like it, you can get it. Okay, if not, okay, what you've learned from today is more than enough, okay, to help you move in the right direction, so that you don't keep doing the things that make us feel productive, but they're not actually building this model. Okay, along the way, as you're doing your one-pager, as long as you're having conversations with business owners, with your prospects, like whatever the scenario you're in, okay, every screenshot or every recording or every question that you send me helps me create better and more precise content. Okay, I know how to create this because I've been speaking with some of you and I know the struggle that you have is more or less the same ones that I had when I was working my way up. Okay, so every piece of content and question and feedback helps me create better and better trainings for you. If you have comment, questions, or feedback, just reach out on social media. I trust that you know where to find me. This is the Sweeper Training. Okay, and until next time, I am Sena, and I will see you in my next video. Cheers.